Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here and welcome to episode 2 of the Ruthless Aggression series. This is going to be my first proper show. It's going to be the first draw of March as we build up to Wrestlemania at the end of the month. We've got a 12 segment show here, we've got 2 pre-show matches, and we're going to be booking this week's edition of Raw from the HSBC Arena in the Tri-State region. So I'm looking forward to it. It's the biggest crowd we're going to get, and it's just basically to get as much money as possible because that's what Vince McMahon would want. As you can see here, a lot of folk out with injuries. We've got Chris Ornowinski out, Edge is still out injured, Gail Kim's out, Rodney Mack's out, Sylvain Grenier is out, as is William Regal. Goldust is on vacation, so I'm not quite ready to bring him in. As you can see from other stuff, the likes of notable other factors. I've done a couple of wellness policy tests, and Batista and Chris Benoit both tested positive for steroids. I think I'll give that to after WrestleMania. I'll do the tests again for everybody in the company. It'll cost a lot of money, and then we'll do the whole rule where the first failing is a fine, then a suspension, and then 3 strikes and you're out. Go like real life and see who it really does affect. So let's kick on with the show, guys. Let's see how we do. It's to try and get a lot of the feuds over as we head towards WrestleMania. So we've got the Legend Killer one, we've got the Money over Friendship one with JBL and Bradshaw. That's a SmackDown feud between Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar. The same with John Cena and the Big Show and Kane and Undertaker. We're going to be focusing on The Rock and Triple H, the previous mentioned Shawn Michaels and Randy Orton, plus the Dudleys against Evolution, plus a few extra feuds. Let's crack on with the show then, and let's hope for a good positive rating. So we've got our pre-show matches first in front of, I think it's a sellout, 16,587. And about it featured solid in-ring action but non-existent crowd heat. Hurricane and Rose defeated Rico and Rob Conway in 9:24 when Hurricane defeated Rico by pinfall with Superhero Splash. 52D+, basically just for 2 tag teams I had sitting about. I didn't know if Rico or Rob Conway are a tag team, although it says they do have good chemistry together, which is good. A bit disappointed that Hurricane and Rose were off their game and no skill improvements, but it's an opening match just to give people they're on written contracts, you may as well use them in some sort of capacity and try and get them some momentum. In a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat, Lita defeats Victoria in 6:42 by pinfall with a moonsault. 59C. It's hinting at a potential heel turn for Lita. I feel it's probably going to be Lita and Trish, like real life, that take over this division. So it's Lita I'm going to be turning heel. We'll just keep looking on these kind of segments and hopefully we reap the benefits of it. So let's kick on with the actual show. We start off with Rock and Triple H in the ring. The Rock uses Triple H's own finisher against him and proceeds to taunt him after the fact. So it's a pedigree to Triple H, a 92A, and just when these two work together, it's perfect. And then a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat. Rob Van Dam defeats the returning Ray Traylor in 8:36 by 5-star frog splash. I'm just bringing him back as a enhancement talent. I may change his name back to the Big Boss Man, but it's just to bulk up the roster, and that's a 57C-. He's only going to be here for a couple of months as well. And Rob Van Dam's improving his performance skills, so fair play RVD, gets you some momentum. Eric Bischoff then calls Triple H into his office and tells him you get the night off, so Triple H can relax, forget about The Rock and just get his head together. That gets us an ATB rated segment, so that's good. Only negative was the cold crowd. In a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat, the Hardy Boys defeat the Dudley Boys in 11:49 when Jeff Hardy defeated Bubba Ray Dudley by pinfall with an extreme combination, a 70C+. Both tag teams are really needing momentum, so I thought we'll put them together, trade wins, and hopefully someday we can get some momentum out of that. Bubba Ray Dudley's improving his performance skills. Only negatives again are mostly just for holding back, inconsistency, and Jeff Hardy liking the drugs. Eric Bischoff then calls Trish into his office and asks her if there is a decision yet, to which Trish tells Eric Bischoff that the match will be a fatal 4-way between Trish, Victoria, Lita and Jacqueline. That match is probably going to happen at WrestleMania unless I narrow it down, but I think I'll probably go with the fatal 4-way for the Women's Championship. Both came over well, just not a real good rating with a 51D+. But that kind of is what I'm going to hope to do with the women's division. I don't need to pre-book that just yet. And about it featured some great action, but not much in the way of heat. Sting squashes Val Venus in 7:20 by pinfall with a Scorpion Death Drop. That just gets a 66C+, since Val Venus effectively is playing the jobber role here. But after it, Goldberg then runs into the ring and chases off Sting, because Sting was going to beat down Val Venus, and Goldberg's like, "No, on my watch, mate." And that teases again that match it could happen at WrestleMania between Goldberg and Sting. And that is an 82B. And about the featured great action, a good crowd. Chris Jericho defeated Booker T in 14:03 by pinfall while using the ropes for leverage. Surprisingly, a 68C+. I was hoping they'd get a lot better rating together. No worker improvements, which is a shame. But overall, pretty average. Hopefully we can build this up and get them into the main event talents that they do become. Shawn Michaels then comes out to the podium for an interview. He states it's now his mission to make Randy Orton's life a living hell. Randy Orton, you're going to get hurt, son. A nice 86B+ segment there from from Shawn Michaels to extend that feud. And after it, here's a match against Christian, and about the featured great action and a good crowd. Shawn Michaels defeats Christian in 10 minutes and 12 by pinfall with a flying elbow drop, and that's a 67C+. No worker improvements. I was hoping that would help Christian a little bit, but still decent nonetheless. And then your main event match, and about the featured great action and great heat from the audience. Randy Orton defeats The Rock in 21:37 by pinfall with an RKO following interference from Triple H. So we're really trying to push Randy Orton as well, putting him up against The Rock. Ric Flair did good work at ringside. The Mania storyline has advanced because of Triple H's interference, and that's a big push for Randy Orton as well, so I'm happy with that. And after the match, Triple H runs away from The Rock before he can get his hands on him. The Rock came across well, and again 85B+, so a great segment there. Probably could make it a bit longer, but overall I'm happy with that. And it finishes us with an 81B rated show, and that increases our popularity in 18 regions, so I'm really delighted with that. It's a solid show, as we hope to continue this momentum to have the best possible WrestleMania that we can, and at the same time build some talent. So let's see what it says here. World Wrestling Entertainment held WWE Raw last night in the HSBC Arena and drew 16,597 fans. The feedback from viewers has been positive, with most having liked the vast majority of the show, so that's awesome. That's good to see. Check your emails. Tommy Dreamer wants to come up from development, no thanks. And New Japan, a lot of a contract to Lesnar and Goldberg. Hopefully we don't lose them, since both are big plans. And we got 2.43 on TSN, we got 6.00 on Spike, so that's up. So overall, pretty decent. Quick look at our size. We'll try to get to international. Everything seems to be going down though because of the industry seems to be falling at the minute, so hopefully that will pick up. But as long as we don't go to at least lower than national, then it'll be okay. And we should be able to build back up to international eventually. But the likes New England's down to 70, that was previously at 71. Tri-State was at 90, that's some way down. But eventually, when the industry picks up, hopefully we'll get back on a good footing. So that's it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed this booking of Monday Night Raw. As I say, we are going to be 3 weeks away from WrestleMania. Hopefully have an awesome pay-per-view. And hopefully you'll join us for the next video, which will be Friday Night SmackDown, Maggle. But until then, guys, take it easy. And I'll see you real soon. Bye bye.